If you want to see how I created this cut crease look, then keep watching. Hey guys, and welcome back. Yes, it has been a hot minute, it really has, but I'm back, I'm here. Happy New Year. That actually rhymed, didn't it? I am coming in and I'm going to show you a cut crease. Now, cut creases is something that I've been doing quite a lot lately, more so because I've been practicing. I really like the effect. I like how it looks. I'm going to show you how I do them. And hopefully you can learn how to do it too. All right, so without further ado, let's get into it. Now I have already moisturized my face. And I am now going to go in with my MUA Makeup Academy Pro Base, and this is the Banana Blur Primer, all right? I really like this. Now, if you have watched my videos before, then you know that my my makeup routine is the same every time, okay? We moisturize, then we prime, and then we do our eyebrows. We'll say eyes then. And we continue. All right. Now, thankfully for me today, my eyebrows are nice and fresh because your girl just got them done. I was starting to look like a caterpillar in all honesty. All right. So I am nicely primed. What I am going to do is do my eyebrows a little bit, for the video. We're gonna go and try and get them looking hot. So yeah, I just wanna make these brows, pop a little. I'm really cocking these up today, aren't I? But have no fear. We'll make it work. Do you know it's because I'm using that? So yeah, once we have botched our eyebrows, we're gonna just go in and highlight the botched eyebrows and, make them bloody stand out even more. And you guys know this is not something that I do neatly. We just go in there. And everything comes together by the end, so we don't sweat the small stuff. Now, sorry, this is my LA Girl Pro Concealer, and this shade here is called Fawn. I am actually going to use a lighter colour for the top part, and that colour is going to be a warm honey, okay? Keeping with the LA Girl Concealer, it's just a lighter shade, all right? And that'd be your warm honey. And what we like to do is just fan it out. Now you always know that this part looks crazy. It always does. But it also always comes together in the end. Now I'm going to use this Real Techniques brush. And this is an Expert concealer brush. Now, I don't usually use brushes for this, but lately I've been, you know, trying different techniques, you know, different methods, and seeing how it all comes together. So yeah, this for me is kind of new, using a brush where I'd normally, well, this type of brush, I normally use like a flat-ended brush to do this. But it's quite good. I like the way it blends in. It's quite nice and it feels so soft on your skin. Alright, so yeah, that's all we kind of want to do, is just to blend out those sharp concealer edges. Now, once that's completed, I am going to go in with my Revolution Prime and Lock, and this is a eyeshadow primer. So that's that there. So I'm just going to take this and put it on my eyes. All right. And with this, again, I'm going to go in with that concealer brush. Now, I know it looks all messy and disgusting. Not very appealing, but it will come together. However, I don't really like this brush. So, I'm going to go back to the basics and use my flat brush for this, just because I feel it, because it's a bit bigger, isn't it? It spreads it around more. Now, just to brighten this up, I'm also going to use the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer, and this is in Tan Latte. So it's quite a light shade, but I want my eyeshadow to, you know, sit nicely, and I want you to be able to see the colours. So we're just gonna brighten that whole area up. And this is just so we have a nice white base for our eyeshadow to stick to. So just kind of want to pat that in. Now, don't worry about where we have concealed the under eye. We will come back in there and just soften out any little harsh lines. Alright. Now, I do like to just go up close to the mirror and just check how that is sitting on my face. And that is sitting okay. Now, to set the sleek Conceal and Correct palette, and this looks like that. So you've got the Conceal, Correct, Conceal, and a setting powder. I quite like this setting powder, so just gonna tap that in right there. Right, now I'm gonna let that sit for a moment, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to do a little color correction. I caught the flu this week. My body was aching. I literally felt like I aged about 40 years in a couple of days. It was absolutely horrible. Still have a little bit of a cough left, but you know, we can work with that. So I'm color correcting, and what I'm doing is, you know, my skin's not that great at the moment. So where I'm seeing all these little dark, uneven skin tones that I don't really like, I'm just gonna go over it with this color concealer. It is full cover, and this is in shade Orange. And yeah, it just helps to block out, you know, those marks, so you have, you know, a more flawless finish when you've done your foundation. Now what I'm also going to do with this is I'm going to mix, as you can see, my hand looks like this all the time. So I'm just going to mix a little bit of that in with the initial shade that I used on my face. And I'm just going to cover a couple dark spots that I have underneath my neck. Starting to look like a dot to dot here, you know. And I'm also going to add some of that, and just to mix it in with the dots dotted around my face. Now, yeah, some of them are coming up a bit light. It's because I've mixed in a lighter shade concealer. But in all honesty, once you blend it in, you're not even going to see this, okay? So now we come to the blending part, and I still have my beauty blender from Luxe. I am due to reorder actually, like real soon. I'm just going to dampen that with some fixing spray, and I'm going to use this beauty blender just to blend that colour corrector in with the concealer, and yeah, just blend it in around my face. So my face is gonna look two-tone, multi-tone, but that's fine. It will all come together in the end. So we just want to go under those eyes where, you know, the struggle is real and visible. Yeah, and you just want light little taps, so you're tapping it in rather than wiping it off. And you just want to blend it. Alright. And yeah, I find that now, yeah, I can still see those dark marks, but they don't feel as prominent as they did before. Get some of my makeup tape. And again, you guys know I like my makeup tape just because I feel it creates a nice, sharp look when we do our eyeshadow. So yeah, when we are applying the tape, we kind of just want to, you know, double check that we are even Stevened, you know. All right, so that's my base done. What are we gonna do here? All right, the first one I'm going to start with is a present from my daughter at Christmas. Thank you so much. If you ever saw my face when I opened this, the excitement, all the colors, I was like, whoa. So I'm going to start with this. Now, as you can see, there is loads of colors. It's 196 creative shadow palette, and that is from Revolution. So I'm going to start with that. Now, this is quite difficult to work with just because it is so big, but starting with this eye and crease contour brush. That's what it looks like. Now I have a flannel on my lap because what I find, I mean, I have tissue in front of me, but I just find it easier on my lap. So I tend to spray the flannel lightly with some rubbing alcohol, and that just helps to freshen up my brush, you know, clean it. And also when I'm reusing the same brush for different colors, just to help to clean in between. All right, so we are going to start with a base color. All right, my base color, I'm kind of going to go for like I'm going to try and recreate a look that I had at Christmas. And I think it was like a ready brown look, but the cut crease and the shades in the crease were, ugh, if I do say so myself. So I'm going to try and recreate that off the top of my memory, all right? So I'm going to start with a base colour, which is going to be like a orangey brown, brownie, whatever. And it is going to be this colour right here, okay? Now, the only thing with this is remembering which colour you use. Because there's so many, it is quite easy to, you know, forget what colour you chose. But yeah, I'm going to start with this colour. So I do want to kind of pack a bit on, not too much. And I'm literally going to start from the outer corner, and I kind of want to, you know, cover that in and around my eyeball there, you know, just kind of go under, because I want this as like my base colour, all right? So we're just going to bring it around and out, okay? Fan it out into the tape. Now, the good thing with these colours is that you can build up on the shade. Now, you see as it goes on, it looks quite pigmented, which is fine. But what we're going to do is we're going to build up on this colour. Alright, so you can lift your eye up like that, so you've got a nice smooth base that you're working with. You just want to rub it around, right? Alright, so that's how that's looking. Now, again, I'm just going to swish the brush to give it a little clean. This colour here, which is like a more reddish, it's like a deeper reddy colour. So again, I just want to be a bit light with that. I'm just tapping that on like that, right, just to pick up the product on the brush. Now with this colour, I kind of just want to tap it sort of just below my brow bone there, or should I say the eye socket bone, just there. And I'm tapping it on because I want the colour to come out. Alright. So just light taps, and I'm just going around. Alright. Repeat that on the other eye. Isn't it funny? Because we're gonna, you know, put some depth. Yes. We're gonna put some depth in those eyes shortly. Alright. Again, a quick wipe off. You just want to review that. You know, you don't want any harsh lines. So a way that I've learned how to blend in the colours is using your base colour and going back in to buff out those edges. So again, I've gone back in with my base colour, and I'm just going to tap like little taps just to blend those two colours together. And you really want to use a light motion in your hand. Like, you don't want to be too heavy-handed with that. All right. So just light little taps, and then yeah, just fan it out to blend. Now, to add depth in to this colour, I'm going to take my eyeshadow blending brush, and I'm gonna go in with a darker colour. So I've used like orangey red, I've used like a sort of orangey brown. I now want to find a darker shade, so I'm gonna try this one here. It's kind of like a mocha. Let's just call it a mocha because none of these shades have colours. So we're gonna call it a mocha, all right? Now, what we want to do with this shade is you can lift your eye up and you literally just want to put it on that bone, you know, and that's how we're going to add some depth into our eyes. You see what I'm trying to do there? Do you see what I'm trying to do? I took like a right pro, you know. Well, maybe not. And again, we're just going to keep building up on that just so we're getting a little bit of depth. And again, I kind of use like a little tapping motion, you know, small little circles. And then you can just run that over the eyeball and go towards the inner corner of your eye. So running over the top of your eyeball. While fanning it out. I feel like that isn't quite dark enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look through and see if there's like a... No, here we go. So this is the In the Neon Jungle by Makeup Obsession palette. Alright. And the shade I'm going to use at the moment is this one here, which is called Madagascar. Alright. So I'm going to use this and see if, you know, that is a bit dark. Oh, yes, it is. Alright. So we're just going to use this and literally just tap it on the inside. And that's just to darken up this corner. And then you can also, you know, bring it into the middle of the eye. Alright. Repeat on the other side. I thought I won you over. Isn't it funny? What you might find is that, you know, it doesn't look like it's all blended in together. That's okay. Just take your first brush and you're just going to just circle where you've put that colour just to mix it all in. You know, so you don't have those harsh lines of two colours coming together, you know. It just all comes in and it falls in and it's nice and seamless. Okay. This is the Belle Jorden Makeup Obsession and I'm going to go in with a Lola. And Lola is black. It's like a matte black. And this is just to, again, add a bit more, you know, make this stand out a bit more. So, again, tapping motions. And I just want to stick to, like, the inner crease here. Don't want to go too far in. I literally just want that inner corner. And I'm just tapping. If you can see my hand, I'm just tapping. Okay. And we do this again on the other side, just tapping. Now, yes, you're going to see a really sharp black line there, but we will blend that out in a moment. Okay. And what I find sometimes is like looking down, when you look in the mirror, looking down really helps when you're applying your makeup because you can kind of see where you're going, if you need to, you know, go higher or lower, if you've missed a spot, if, you know, your blending's been a bit shit. So yeah, always look down. And again, always go back in with my original brush. Now, if you do want to top up any of that product, feel free to go back in. Remember which one you used. Alright, so I just want a light tap of that. And again, I'm just going to tap it right at the edge. And then just small circles. And that's just going to blend that out. Now, when I look down, I do like how that looks. And you're literally just blending it in small circles. And we just want to make sure it all just goes, you know, it doesn't look like it's just been clonked, like someone just got a colour and slapped it on your face. You want to look like, you know, everything's meant to be where it is. And so that's what we're trying to do here. Everything has to look like it belongs. Now remember, you can always go in with your original base colour. And like I said, this really, well, I found lately that it really helps me to blend those colours all together. If you just go back to your original base colour, it literally does help to bring everything back together. Alright, so I do like how that is looking. Now that is like the base. Right, that is how I've done the blending. That is how the colours come together. Now what I like to do after this, before I go into cutting the crease, is I want to highlight my brow bone using the Patricia Bright, and this is the Dusk Till Dawn palette. So it has a nice blusher, it has the highlighter, and it's also got a nice little dark one there which I use to help with contouring. So yeah, I'm just going to grab a little bit of that, and I literally just go under my brow bone there, together in a way. So I really love Patricia Bright's stuff. Oh my god, her makeup is just amazing, and for the darker skin as well, it just goes. She gets it. I love it. I love. All right, so I've done that, and I'm just going to take this domed shadow brush, blend that in like so. All right, so that's the easy part done. Now we gotta cut that crease. So I'm getting better at this. But what I have found lately, or before, I was probably doing it wrong. I wasn't, you know, like when you look down and you see the whole, you know, that nice semicircle. Before I kind of had like it was sharp, you didn't get that full look, and I thought it was great, but girl, we learning though, we learning. So now I'd like to think that I've improved. I have improved. I have. And so this is why I'm now going to attempt to do it on camera again properly. All right, so the shade I'm going to use for that, I'm going back in with the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo. And I just like to put a generous amount of it on my wrist, as you do. Now I'm going to try and do this, and hopefully you can, it's actually on camera so you can see, because I know sometimes I duck down and defeating a hot object. Okay. So this brush is just a flat brush, and I'm going to take quite a bit of the concealer and pack that on. So what I like to do is I like to start on the inside, okay? And I kind of want to go in and follow it around. Now, I always like to look down while I'm doing this as well, just to make sure that I actually have that semicircle that I'm talking about. So when I look down, I feel like I need to go a little bit higher. Now, obviously, as you do this, you understand your face and you'll know how high you need to go. And you'll also know if you're not high enough. And yeah, so I kind of like to go in, and I'm a bit rough at first. Obviously, you know, the point of a cut crease is for it to be this nice, sharp, defined. And you do need to take your time. But anybody that knows me knows I don't really have patience. So I do it. I don't, obviously I'm not rushing. It's not, you know, like 100% perfect, but it works. So, you know, from it works, we found with it. Yeah, we just want to go in. And you do want to make sure that, you know, your lines are nice and straight. And you can lift your eyeball up, you know, you can stretch your eye. It's okay to do that. And as you go over, you don't just want to, you know, go back over what you've done and just make sure, you know, that your concealer is covering your eye. So you have to do that look down to make sure, you know, you have that dome. Now I feel like I need to go a bit higher. Just a little bit. Because you kind of want it to sit on, you know, the top of your eyeball. And then just bring that down, okay? Now, yes, you can see that it's not a perfect line. That's okay. We just find a smaller brush, angled eyeliner, make sure it's clean. Because it's smaller, we should be able to make a nice clean edge. That's the thing about cut crease, it's about having that precision and that sharpness in your eye. All right, so that's as sharp as mine's gone good for today. Okay, okay. Now we attempt to do the other side. All right.
Isn't it funny? I thought I won you over. Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny? I thought I won you over. Isn't it funny?
You can see I'm not really bothered about the edge, but I feel like I cocked up a little bit just there. And again, guys, you know, you make a mistake, it's fine. Everything can be fixed. So I just took one of these and just mapped out that semicircle that I want. And then, yeah, you just go over and sharpen it up. So yeah, where we've just wiped some of that concealer off, we're just going to go back over. No biggie. No biggie. Wahala. Alright. And then you go in with the darker shade on that brow bone. Always remember to do the test. So as you can see, this one looks a bit higher. So we are just gonna fix that.
Isn't it funny? I thought I won you over.
Leave that like that. Wow. Wow, he's still good. All right. So now I go back in with my tiny crease brush. Now what I'm going to actually do is I'm now going to mix two colours. I am going to mix the black with like this purpley shade here. Alright, so I'm literally going in with both of the colours. Alright, and I want to fan that out to the outside of my eye. And on the outside edge, or corner should I say. And I just want to bring it in just slightly. Not too much. Okay, just slightly. And again, I'm dotting it on that outer bone. And bringing that colour in. We repeat that on the other side. So you can look up when you do this if you want to know where that bone is, because you want to get on, literally you're tapping that bone. And then you're bringing the colour just slightly into the middle of where you've just concealed. Okay. All right. And then we're just going to go in with this little brush here because it's nice and clean. We're just going to fan or, you know, circle and blend that in. So small little circles, and that blends that in. The fun part. Now for this part, I am going to use 3 different shades, okay? Because I like the cut crease where you kind of have, you know, you have like a mix of shades and it sort of blend, it flows in, it looks so good. So that's what I'm going to try to do, all right? Now to start that, we want a nice flat, small flattish brush. And that's just so that we're able to pack the product. So I'm going to go in with this because it's quite small. It can get in the corner where I want. Now I'm going to start off with a light colour. This is my Barry M Dazzle Dust, and that's in shade 39. I literally just work from the lid. Normally the lid's got product on it, but it hasn't got that much. So, you know, a light tap. Obviously you want product, but you don't want too much. So I'm going to come up as close as I can so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so we're going to start right in the corner and we're just going to tap that colour on, and we're not going to go too far, okay? We're not going to go too far in. We literally just want it at that corner. So, small taps. Small taps. Now by tapping it, you help to pack that product into the concealer. And like I said, you don't want to go too far out. Alright, so we tap that in there. Now the next colour I'm going to use with that, I'm going to go in with it's like a goldy colour. And this is, again, it's Barry M, and that is number 44. And so with this one, we are literally going to start just where we finished on the last colour, but we kind of want the colours to cross over. So you want to blend this into that first colour, all right? So we want to have both colours on, but we start the gold just before the first colour finished. And again, we blend out, but not too far. Okay. Next, I'm going to go in with Magic, and this is from the Truly Belle Makeup Obsession, and that's that shade there. So these are really pigmented. I literally just done a little circle and it comes up. So now we're going to use this just after the gold. And again, you want it to kind of cross over. Okay. So what you're doing is you're kind of creating the lines between like the shades. So the first shade, then you layer the second shade on the first shade, and then so forth, okay? So again, we just go back in, make sure that that's nicely packed on. And it's blended in with that first gold. And again, looking down, you can see how it all starts to come together. Now, final colour I'm going to use is going to be like a darker shade. And I'm going to go in with, I think, this one here. It's like a darker purple. And that's going to be the final colour on my eyes. The old mirror out, and then that is going to blend in to the black. Okay, try and use them both here. All right, so we go back in with that purple, and we're gonna dust that from the pink down. Okay, and then blend it into the black. All right, something like that. All right. Now, when we've done that, again, I'm going to just going to go over that outside line and just smooth everything in. All right, smooth everything in. And then fan out at the end to make sure we are all looking grand. Now, when you close your eyes, you should see a nice dome, and you should also be able to see the gradient in the colour as it goes across. Well, I can see it. I hope you can. And again, you know, look up, stretch your eyes. See if you need to blend anything in. Liquid eyeliner. So, Flash Cat Eye. And that's my liquid eyeliner, and that's by L'Oreal. My ring liner never comes out the same on either of my eyes. Like, barely, never, hardly ever, whatever. So that's the wing liner done. Alright, we go and put a bit of mascara on to make those eyelashes, you know? Like, I legit don't have to wear any eyelashes on top of this. Liking how mine are looking right now. Like, now, this is the part of the video where I'm going to speed it up because you don't need to watch me apply foundation. We're going to speed this video up and we're going to do the rest of our face. And I'm using shade F430, all right?
Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny? I thought I won you over. Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny? I thought I won you over. Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny? I thought I won you over. Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny? I thought I won you over. Give me something, give me something. Give me something, give me some. 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 I'm running away from escaping dreams of yesterday. Convincing me this can't be. Trying to find another way. Yeah, think my head always knew it, but I didn't tell my heart. Let go, I couldn't do it without falling apart. So give me something, give me some.
And that is that. So there you have lipstick on your teeth. So there you have my cut crease tutorial. Hopefully it was detailed enough. This is how it looks. So leave some images in this video or at the end of my eyes. But yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. It's your girl Rena Vibes back. She's back. She's back. She is back. Don't forget to subscribe. Press the button. Go on. Come on, man. You lot got me to nearly 600 subscribers, man. Press that button and subscribe. All right. Turn your notifications on. Yep, turn them on so you get alerted when I upload a video. Leave a comment what you think. If you like the look, if you like the colours, the combination. If you felt I done okay. Did I nail this look? All right, so yeah, like it, subscribe, share, comment, tell a friend to tell a friend. And your girl will be back with you very soon with a new video, all right? Take care.
Isn't it funny?